If you ask 100 people to name the most reliable car brand in the world, chances are the majority will say one name, Toyota. But Toyota didn't become the king of reliability by accident. This story stretches back almost a century, through failures, war, breakthrough engineering, and a secret manufacturing philosophy that changed the entire automotive world. Let's go back to the beginning. Before Toyota built cars, they built sewing machines. Yes, sewing machines. Sakichi Toyota, the founder, was an inventor obsessed with one thing: machines that never break. His son, Kiichiro Toyota, inherited that obsession and later used it to launch Toyota's first car division in the 1930s. But here's the twist. Their first cars were not great. They failed often, struggled in harsh conditions, and couldn't compete with American imports. Toyota was on the edge of collapse. So what happened? How did they go from that to becoming a global reliability icon? Then came World War II. Toyota's factories were repurposed, money was scarce, and when the war ended, Japan's economy crashed. Toyota was broke. Workers even agreed to take pay cuts to keep the company alive. But this disaster forced Toyota to rethink everything, especially how cars were built. This is where the story gets interesting, because Toyota discovered something that every other automaker ignored. In the 1950s, Toyota sent engineers to visit Ford's massive factories in America. Ford was producing cars faster than anyone in the world. Toyota was shocked. The scale, the speed, the machinery. It was like another planet. But Toyota also noticed something Ford didn't: mountains of waste. Cars sitting around waiting for the next step. Parts piled up for weeks. Inefficiencies everywhere. So Toyota came back home with a completely different idea. They didn't want to copy Ford. They wanted to beat Ford by working smarter, not harder. And that's how Toyota created the Toyota Production System, a system that would later reshape global manufacturing. Instead of building cars in huge batches, Toyota introduced just-in-time production. Parts only arrive when they are needed. Cars only move when the next stage is ready. No waste, no delays. Everything flows like water. But the biggest breakthrough was something even simpler: empower every worker. At Toyota, any worker can stop the entire production line if they see a mistake. Even one loose bolt, one incorrect part, one tiny misalignment. Stop everything. Fix it now, not later. Contrast this with other brands, where cars move forward even with small errors because we'll fix it later. Toyota didn't believe in later. They believed in now. This single rule was responsible for millions of cars lasting longer than anyone expected. The 1970s were the turning point. Gas prices skyrocketed. American cars were huge, thirsty, heavy. Toyota entered the market with small, fuel-efficient, and, most importantly, extremely reliable cars. They didn't break. They didn't leak. They didn't overheat. Owners loved them. Mechanics had nothing to fix. Suddenly, Toyota wasn't just a Japanese brand. It was a brand. By the 1980s, Consumer Reports, J.D. Power, and Car magazine started noticing something shocking. Toyota cars almost never failed. Their engines ran for hundreds of thousands of miles. Their transmissions rarely died. Their maintenance costs were tiny. People joked that Toyota cars were unbreakable. But it wasn't a joke. It was engineering. Then came Lexus, Toyota's luxury brand, launched in 1989 with one goal: build a car better than Mercedes. Not equal, better. When the first Lexus LS 400 arrived, it ran at 140 miles per hour with a coin standing upright on the engine without falling. That level of smoothness came from obsessive quality checks. Over 400 prototypes, millions of test miles, and engineers who inspected cars by hand. Lexus changed the luxury market forever. Suddenly, reliability became a luxury feature. But Toyota still wasn't done. In the 1990s and 2000s, Toyota launched the Corolla, Camry, Hilux, and Land Cruiser, all legends. The Hilux became famous worldwide for surviving torture tests, crashing, drowning, setting on fire, and still running. The Land Cruiser became the car of choice for war zones, deserts, jungles, and UN missions. If your life depends on your car starting, you pick a Land Cruiser. The Corolla became the best-selling car in the world. Over 50 million units. Toyota didn't just build reliable cars, they built symbols of trust. And then came one of Toyota's biggest technological leaps: hybrids. While other brands mocked hybrid technology, Toyota built the Prius, a car so reliable that taxi drivers regularly push it over 300,000 miles. Toyota chose durability over speed, longevity over trends, engineering over hype. This philosophy made them the most profitable and respected automaker on the planet. Today, Toyota still leads in reliability. Why? Because they follow the same philosophy they started with: build it right, fix mistakes immediately, and never chase trends just to look cool. No complicated engines, no unnecessary tech, no fragile parts. While other brands rush to electric cars, Toyota moves slowly, choosing durability over speed. They test everything, sometimes for years, before it reaches a customer. So, how did Toyota become the king of reliability? Simple: obsession, consistency, and a promise that every car leaving the factory must be worthy of the Toyota badge. From a sewing machine inventor to a global engineering empire, Toyota built a legacy that no brand has been able to match. And that is the untold story behind the world's most trusted car manufacturer.